Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today we're going to be reviewing the Gucci Twinsburg collection, which I do believe is for 2023. They have this tendency of not kind of giving us numbers, but just giving us names for collections. And Twinsburg, so twins. I presume we're going to be seeing twins. Interesting what Alessandro Michele is up to these days. Are we going to love it? Are we going to hate it? I don't know. But first, subscribe to my channel here on the tubes. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today and gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Superdacob all spelled together there as well for extra perks. I live stream every Saturday, and you're all invited to join the live stream conversations in the live chat. So I want to say hi to my co-chatters, and let's hit it. The video is taken from Gucci's YouTube channel, so it falls under fair use because we will be reviewing it. However, I changed the music, and I've placed some copyright-free music that might not match the show perfectly, but it's there because otherwise we can't use any other music. Okay, let's go for it. You guys, let's see what will go. Okay, Gucci Twinsburg. One doth wonder what this hair is doing. Okay. We've read it 50 times now. Okay, here goes. Okay, so yes, we know this this model, right? From where have we seen? Whatever. Anyway, so we're playing with like the gender roles. Okay, we don't know, and that's fine. Beautiful. We love that everything is unisex. Now I wonder how the twin moment is going to appear. Okay, so these nose pieces, head pieces, we've seen it. It's like the bag. Oh, it's giving me Chanel 80s vibes. The hat is giving me Chanel 80s vibes. Interesting. The jacket is giving me Chanel vibes. I'm kind of living for the jacket though. Alessandro Michele, are you going to turn me to the dark side? Am I going to buy a Gucci jacket? The little baglet is kind of cute too. What is going on? Okay, this jacket, no. Oh, the glasses are kind of cute though. They are giving, do you remember when Beyonce had those Gareth Pugh, were they Pugh? I think were Gareth Pugh. The glasses with the chains dangling in front of her eyes. That kind of reminded me, even though these are hanging off the cheeks. But yeah, okay, the shorts. Oh my god, Gizmo? Damn, they know how to push all my buttons. You know, I love me some gremlins. Yeah, those bags are totally Chanel. Like, I don't like the chain though. That gold chain, not for me. But the bag is. Another Gizmo. And by gold chain, I mean the chain of the bag. Oh, teddy bear moment? That's very Moschino. It's like I see a teddy bear bag, it's Moschino. You can't. I mean, come on. You know, Jeremy Scott, like... Actually, Franco Moschino took that. Oh my god, this jacket. Gizmo? Slides? You are really, really begging for it. Begging for it. Interesting concept. Look at all this geometry, darling. 3D geometry. Gizmo everywhere. Oh, what are we gonna do with you, Alessandro? The silver moment, the blue moment. Oh, those little jersey baglets. I'm kind of liking them though. Oh, Gizmo. I want a Gizmo. But honestly, I'm not gonna... The problem with those bags is they remind me too much of Chanel, and I have too many Chanel bags, so I would always be thinking like I got a Chanel dupe, and if I didn't have any Chanel bag, okay, but otherwise I would think like, well, then just get a Chanel bag. You know what I mean? Even though I do like the Gucci bags as well. Oh, slight cultural appropriation going on there, but you know, to each their own at this point. What are you gonna do? Jacket is interesting. Okay, we're bringing back Tom Ford vibes at Gucci, are we? With the undies and the logo. Although, still to this day, you know, the best moment ever was the pubic hair shaved in a G I mean, that's the best ad campaign ever. It just is. So this little teeny tiny gizmo, what's it gonna be? Like a little wallet? Is it a little bag? Or is it just a prop for the show? It literally looks like a double C on the back. What the heck? Oh, I like this golden check, but again, you know, very, well, in this case, Empire or the Land of the Rising Sun vibes, right? Okay, this is totally Moschino, the fuori, which means in Italian, two things. It means outside, but it can also imply that you're crazy. To be fuori could also mean to be fuori di testa, out of your mind. So fuori can mean, but it can also mean fuori, but loosely can also mean like out of the closet. So there's that symbology. So I see that on the photo, on the photo wall, they have like, oh, several pictures per person. So it's more than just twins. It's like triplets or quadruplets going on. The stripes, interesting how with Alessandro Michele, you don't really know at a certain point what season is what season. Like you could combine these outfits and these looks with whatever he's been doing for the past 5 years. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a leitmotif running through every collection, but ultimately, if you were to combine separates from this collection, you could combine them very easily with separates from older collections. It has its pros and its cons. It has its pros because it allows the customer to always feel like they're not just buying into a trend, but rather they're buying into something stable, which is a good thing. Now the cons, however, are that by showcasing always very similar pieces without showcasing much of any evolution in your designs, you are risking to bore your audience, your clientele, because you can kind of alienate them with time if you keep feeding them the same lines and the same structures. Now, a very Dior saddlebag too, says Zara Justina. Yeah, the bag is very, very Dior saddlebag, yes. So you can risk to, you know, just your audience can grow out of it if you're not feeding them evolution and growth yourself, because they keep growing and they're going to change. You know, they're going to want something else at a certain point. The gizmo, I mean, you know, it's a gimmicky thing. It's a novelty piece. Like I love the gremlins. So, you know, anything gizmo I see, I would want to buy. But do I want to buy because it's a genius Gucci product? No, I would buy it because it's gizmo. So let's be very clear about that. But those little little Chanel-esque cardigans for men at, you know, at the beginning of the show, those I really like. Also because Chanel doesn't give them to me, because Chanel, you know, only does female cuts. So it's kind of very hard for me to find something that would fit me, and well, Gucci did them for men, so that's, I guess, positive for me. I don't know. I'll think about that one. And so the color clash combinations, you know, we got the browns, the blues, the pinks, the greens, the yellows, the beiges, and sometimes they seem like they've combined really easily and well. Sometimes it's like a clash. Also very typical for Alessandro Michele. Obviously, you don't need to have that facial mask if you just take the tailoring of that particular suit in the Gisato. Well, it's not Gisato, it's, oh my god, Gizmo, kind of love it, but also kind of hate it. Anyway, there's like a classic tailoring and more classic looks, but then you can combine them with these like crazy like fuori on this glittery orange jacket. But then if you buy separates again, you could tone it down completely. Oh, this is the reveal. Oh, I see. So they were all running at the same time, like twins. I see. So, okay. Is this a wow moment? I mean, did they hire? Okay, my face is like covering them anyway, so I don't see if they're actual twins or if they're just lookalikes. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here we're gonna have the real twins. Like, surprise, surprise. it's a beautiful visual. I mean, you know, you can do a lot with twins. What? Interesting. Yeah, sure. Why not? Ah, the double jacket. Well, they don't need both of them. They can just keep one sample, you know, for, you know, and the other one, you know, they could give me, and done. Problem solved. How do they get so many good-looking twins that can model, is my question. Oh, look at that G. That is very Tom Ford. On the belt buckle. Like, how does one find so many twins? Or is there some optical illusion happening here? It looks like they're both really there. So interesting. How does one find so many twins? I love the idea. It's funny. I'm enjoying this, but unfortunately, you see here what the risk is. Like, now the twins took over, so I'm not looking at the clothes anymore. I'm just looking at their faces, trying to figure out if they're really twins or not. So I'm like, I'm not looking at the clothes anymore. I'm just trying to figure out the twin situation. So now I'm like, I'm not interested in the collection anymore. I just want. So I think that's why they showed us the models coming out as, you know, separates, as like singles, so that we actually get to experience the clothes, because like I think they knew once the twins hit the runway, eyes are going to be on the twins, not on the clothes anymore. And in fact, that's what's happening. They're kind of stealing the show. Yeah, Pau ASMR says, absolutely, it's a sideshow, and I'm not looking at the clothes anymore. Yeah. Onyx, how does one find so many twins? And Debbie says they went to Instagram. But it's like, okay, you can find many twins, but like model twins. Like so many model twins. Like, how do you find so many model twins? And you could say, no, they just found like pretty twins. Okay, but then how can you find so many pretty twins that know how to walk on a runway? That's not easy. Very fascinating. But then now I'm wishing I could see more. You see, now he's given me this, and now I want more. Like, now I want to know, like, what happens out, you know? I want more. I want to know what's gonna happen. I don't know, you know. Like, oh, okay, they hold hands when they're walking, and then what? Like, why are the clothes worn by twins? Like, this is just a gimmick, because I'm like, why do these clothes need to be worn by twins? Are the clothes twinning? They're not. You know what I mean? Like, I would have gone further. This is what I would have done. I would have mirrored everything. I would have made a collection where the clothes are mirrored. So for example, here you have the stripes and the Gucci logo, right? On one jacket, the Gucci logo, I would put it here. On the other jacket, I would put it there. So I would mirror everything perfect. You see, like, they're mirroring the bags. I would mirror the prints and the patterns as well. That, now it starts to make more sense. It's more cohesive. And to make a collection where you see, like, there's nothing mirroring here. I would love that hers is cut this way, the other's is cut that way. And so when you come to a Gucci boutique, you get to choose, do you want the left cut or the right cut? That you get both to choose from. Instead, this is just a gimmick because the clothes are not mirrored. I don't know, you know, give me something more. You see, like, the chain, they mirrored the chain. But that's because they realized while they were styling it, hold on, let's mirror something. But then the actual patterns on the clothes are not mirrored, and that's lame. Sorry, Alessandro, but you didn't think this one through fully. Because nobody has done that before. That would have been something new. You know, when you go to a Gucci boutique, they ask you, well, you know, you're like, oh, I want that T-shirt with the stripes on it, and then they like ask you, well, do you want it with the stripes to the left or with the stripes to the right? Because, you know, everything that has patterns on it is mirrored, and we produced everything mirrored. Like, that's something that I've never heard somebody else do before. So, you know, I mean, it costs a lot to do that. Could you imagine like producing everything in mirrored? Dina says very Halloween. It feels like they wanted to give an opportunity to all those twins. Kind of silly, says Winter Rose. Right? Madame, I hear Madame Ross. It's very interesting. The twins also have the same haircut and so on. I just know twins who have different looks on the head that cannot be changed for a show. How interesting. Shining Twins vibe, says Melissa. Well, the Shining Twins are actually slightly different. One is taller than the other. And but interesting that you're mentioning The Shining, because Gucci did a whole like ad campaign, like taking The Shining shots from The Shining, or redoing them and then placing models in the shots. And again, I ask myself, why? Why do you think that your clothes are as good as a Stanley Kubrick movie? What do your clothes add to a scene of The Shining? What does your collection add to The Shining? If you're gonna use The Shining by Stanley Kubrick, you better be able to add something to it. Otherwise, it's an inflated ego thinking, you know, like, don't ruin a masterpiece. You know what I mean? Okay, and he's like so excited that he had twins walking on the runway. Oh, interesting. Okay, so on his t-shirt it said homosexual. So fuori definitely means come out. Now, interesting. I didn't read all the words, but it did say something with homosessual and something like that. So the fuori text could also imply to get out of the closet. So I guess that's also what it implies. It's done, Debs. Yeah. It just keeps going, says Caleb, right? Let me cue in the chats quickly. If there's if you want to say something, let me know. Also, so Alessandra is always with 10 bracelets and 20 rings, says Onyx. Now, interesting to note, I don't know if he was thinking about this, because collections like these are made years or months in advance before they hit the runway. So he couldn't have known who was about, and we're going to get a little political here, not that I'm, you know, but I'm just saying, he couldn't have known who was going to win the elections in Italy. And in Italy, a fascist won the elections. So it's a woman who is against gay rights and wants to, you know, basically separate Italy from the rest of Europe. And they're working on canceling gay rights in Italy. So the fact that Alessandro Michele, again, a collection like this is planned many, many, many months or years in advance. So the outcome of the election could not have been in his mind, because you don't know who would win the election. But since she won the election, this is kind of timely to kind of make a statement in support of homosexuals, especially given the situation in Italy at the moment, which is terrible, terrible. So props to you, Alessandro Michele, for that. Definitely. Just stylistically speaking, I wonder, you know, it always boils down to these choices of like having this wow moment, but the wow factor doesn't have depth. You know, remember a couple of years ago, the wow moment when he started bringing silicone heads on the runway, and the models would wear silicone copies of their own heads on the runway, and everybody would be like, oh my God, this is so gross and amazing. And then somebody came out with a little dragon, and I'm like, Okay, why is this amazing? So, fashion wise, what is the conversation here? Is this a Hamlet moment, to be or not? Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. Is it a Hamlet moment, like to be or not to be? What is it trying to give me? You know, and kind of the more I thought about it, and the less context it gave me, and the less meaning it gave me. Um, Similar situation, actually the same situation when it was announced that Gus Van Sant, one of my favorite directors, still living and working. You should check out his movie Elephant and also My Own Private Idaho. Amazing. Um, Gus Van Sant was going to film like little short videos to promote a Gucci collection a couple of years ago, and Florence and the Machine was in it, and other actors, actresses, musicians, what have you. And it was like a I don't know, 4, 5, 6 episode short films that follow the storyline of this one woman, and it's just so, it doesn't say anything. You know, at the end of the, like, okay, it shows clothes. It's like a new way of showing a fashion show without like giving actual runway. But again, what's the content? Why are, you know, you're missing the context here. Similar story in this case. Well, with The Shining, also I have an issue with it because those clothes and those models don't add anything to the Shining movie. They place them within sets and scenarios of The Shining, but they're not giving me the shine, like they're not adding any value to The Shining. Actually, they're taking away from it because the clothes are not that good. And like, how dare you like think that you can just like step into Stanley Kubrick's world, you know, in one of his sets or scenes, and just like place your models there, just like chilling. Like, that movie didn't need your models and your clothes in them. That movie was perfect the way it was. So, you know, there's that. So, and then again, we're lacking the real context, or we're lacking a good context. Here with the twins, yeah, is it a whimsical moment? Sure. Is it fun? Yeah, it's fun. But it's a novelty because it isn't really thought through. Because, I mean, if you really want to be consequent about your structures and lines and rigueur, you're gonna make those clothes symmetrical. You're gonna mirror them. And then if you tell me no, but the twins in real life are not mirrored either, I'm like, well, okay, fine. If they're not mirrored either, then why are you mirroring the bags? Why are you mirroring the accessories? Then don't mirror anything. Instead, you mirrored what you understood that you had to mirror last minute. You can't mirror anymore the appliques and the prints because that's already done. But you mirrored whatever you could mirror, which shows me that you figured out the mistake you made, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't have mirrored the accessories, the bags, the brooches, the scarves. But you mirrored those. So why then not mirror the rest? You see what I mean? It's these like inconsistencies that I see. Now, I'm somebody who's been working in the fashion world for like my entire life. So, but also has studied, you know, philosophy and stuff. So art and art philosophy. So for me, these are questions that are very important when you analyze art or when you analyze any product, really. You want to know exactly the meaning of it because otherwise it becomes like a shallow, hopeful, oh, let's hope it sells. Nah, that's not enough for me. It might be enough for somebody else. It's just not enough for me. Um, anyway, so that's that. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. No freedom is bad politics, says Tina. I agree with that. Amanda says that fashion show was rough to watch, Dacob. Oh, there you go. I wasn't the only one. What can I say? And if you love the show, let me know. Hey, maybe I missed something. Maybe there's like a connection symbology there that I'm missing. That could be also the case. So let me know if that's the case. Moa says maybe the twins represent same-sex relationships. But then you bring in incest into the story. That's also not a good picture at all. You see what I mean? Like, um. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Never give up on love and subscribe.